Hi everybody, this is Pam with Jesusjunkjournals, and we are getting started on this healing folio. Here's the prototype. And so we need to first of all build our frame, I'm calling it. So I used a Coca-Cola carton, so just some chipboard from packaging. And you want 2 pieces that are 9 inches tall and 5 3/4 inches wide. And I spent some time, they're always a little wonky, even when you use I used a T-square and a ruler and I still got off. So it's worth taking the time to make sure that your corners are square. And then you're gonna want the spine, which is 2 inches. It was 2.5, but remember I told you my prototype I think is too thick. So I'm gonna shrink it down 1/2 inch. And I think that should be perfect. So 2 inches by 9 inches. And then you're going to want another piece that is 5 inches by 9 inches. So cut those out. And then we're going to tape them. I'm going to use masking tape. So what you're going to do is allow space for them to fold gracefully. So you've got to allow space so that it'll move. If you do it too tight, it binds up and it's kind of a mess. And so in the past, that's been one of my faults, is I have made it too small. So I'm going to allow, let me see, how much is that? That's about, let's see, 1/4 inch. That one's 1/4 inch. Let me move this just a bit. About 1/4 inch, I guess. So then, spend a little bit of time getting them all lined up square to each other as best you can. And then you can use, you can use a lot of different things. I've used bookbinding tape, gaffer tape. I'm going to use masking tape on this. Use a little bit of my art glitter glue. I'll have to re-square it. I can already tell that, so. Okay. Trim off the excess when I get done. Okay, and then line this one up. So hope everybody's having a good craft day today. I'm actually working in the evening because it's hot up here and it's cooler at night. Getting started on our spring duties outside, getting things cleaned up, and uh-oh, I forgot to put glue on that. Oh, I think it'll be all right. Okay, I'm gonna flip it over. I tell you what, the weirdest thing has happened when you shoot videos. I am always amazed. It's like things go smoothly when I'm by myself, and as soon as I start to tape a video, crazy stuff happens. So my tape caught the plastic, this little thin sheet of plastic, and kind of wrecked that. And then when I pull it off, this is a baking sheet that I have it on, and it's super shiny, so I can't shoot with that. I have to put something over it. So had to stop and quickly get another piece of plastic off one of the other baking sheets. This should go faster because it's already stuck down and I don't have to stop and change it. So hopefully this goes well. Yeah, I'll just go a little bit short and avoid the plastic altogether. And then when you glue your paper over it, that will just be even more of a reinforcement to it. Okay, try to pick this up without tearing it up. And then I take my scissors and just trim off the tape. And then we are ready to go. And when I say ready to go, I actually mean we are ready to start to cut up our sheets, because I haven't cut my sheets up yet. And I don't cut my sheets up very, very much or very far ahead, because I will lose my place. So now I tell you what, one more thing we could do ahead of time, and that is we're going to have a tie-in journal. And this cloth back here with these grommets and ribbon, you're gonna need a piece of cardboard for that. And so let's do that now. And so what I did is I cut a piece of cardboard about 1/8 of an inch smaller in width than this piece, this spine. So this was 2 inches, this one's at 1 7/8 inch. And so you're going to take cloth and put on here and put grommets in it. So first thing I'm going to do is glue my cardboard to my fabric. So I'm going to use Fabri-Tac. I thinned my Fabri-Tac down a whole bunch. I got tired of it being real thick, and so I kind of went crazy. And actually, this is really slick, so I'm going to take some sandpaper block, and just scuff it up just a little bit. And then, but I thinned it down a whole bunch, and now it's, oh, no, maybe I spoke too soon. Maybe it just needed one more day to thicken up, because now it's about where it needs to be. It was coming out really runny, and it was absorbing into the cloth that I was gluing really quick, but it looks like maybe it's back to where it needs to be. It's very temperamental, it seems to me. Okay, so I'm going to take this and center it on the cloth more or less, and leave a little bit, there's a little bit of a overlap top and bottom that you can try to glue. I did try to glue it last time, and I had limited success with that. So you might want to cut your fabric a little bit bigger. I cut mine, it looks like probably 9.5 to give me like 1/4 of an inch overlap on each end. And that's really kind of cutting it close. See, it's not wanting to do it. It will if you force it. So then I'm going to take my grommets, and I use the old-fashioned kind. It uses a hammer, and you've probably heard me talk about it, but I don't like my crocodile. I don't like the way it looks when I do use it, so I use the old-fashioned ones. I do use it to punch the hole. I love it to punch holes through thick stuff, like if you have a whole big stack of paper or cardboard or something like that, it's great for cutting the holes out. But that's about all. So I use the big one. So here's the thing. Here's what you want to think about. You're going to put your grommet as close to the edges as you can. That way it allows the maximum room to slide your journal in. So I'm going to punch my hole. Let's see, which one is it? This one. Okay, I'm going to punch my hole like really close to the top and center it. I'm just kind of eyeballing it. And same thing down here. I'm gonna get it as close as I can. And pull the cardboard and fabric out. Put my grommet in. And actually what I do, so I use this grommet set, and you put your grommet down in it, and then you put your paper or whatever, and you put the good side down, because that's the pretty grommet. The prettiest grommet is the one that's this side right here. This piece right here is the prettiest side. So I want that to be down on the bottom. And then it comes with the ring. And I feel like this is what, it's different than the grommets that came with my crocodile. And you put that over it, and then you take this little thing that comes with the kit. It's got a hole in it, fits over that, and then you hit it with a hammer. And there it is. And then this one, it's the same thing. You take that, put it upside down on there, push it down on your hole that you punched, put the ring over it, put this over that, hammer it, and there it is. The next thing you want to do is get a ribbon. Before you forget, I forgot this last time and glued it in, and then had to unglue it, had to pull it up really quick so that I could put the ribbon under it. So I need to pick out what color ribbon I want. And I used a chartreuse last time. I have to see if I have any left. I have a, so let me figure out. This was the one I used last time. It goes, I'm looking at my prototype. It actually goes better with the rest of the journal than the one I used before. So, whatever ribbon or string you use, you're going to thread it through here and through the top. Come on. And then you have to allow enough so that you can tie a bow in the middle of your journal. So, like this. You're going to tie what I did is I tied a knot because I wanted it to be tight, and then tied a bow. So, it's going to come here, and then you have to have enough to tie a bow. So that's probably going to be good there. Might even be a little too much, so I think I'll cut this off here. Okay, so pull this. Okay, that looks like about halfway. So now what you're going to do is glue this onto your frame. Okay. And pull this, make sure this is pulled tight. And then you want to center this cardboard onto that spine. And then pull this out tight. And I mean, this has I didn't glue that under there. I guess I could. I better do that. Glue a little bit of, fold that under there. And so it's finished edge. And same thing here. And same thing at this end. So I'm just going to put some more glue and then just fold this up. the other thing you're going to want to do is take some washi tape, and you can tape all the edges if you want to. Let me show you what shows. So I put washi tape on, I think, all my edges. So like where your paper stops, if you don't want just brown cardboard to show, you can put washi tape there. I mean, it really doesn't look bad if it's just brown cardboard, but it's up to you if you want to do washi tape. I think I'll go ahead and do it. I'm gonna do, I can't, it doesn't look like these hinges showed by the time it was all done, but I think I'll go ahead and do some washi tape. I might as well just flip it over and then and anything that folds out like this, you want to fold it and then re-glue, like push this down. See how it popped up? Because it will pop up if it folds out. See how that popped loose? You got to make sure it gets glued as it's folded. And this one too. The inner ones are, it doesn't do it as bad, but, and then that one's covered with fabric. So I think that should be good. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we've got our pages to cut out. Let's see, so this is the main kit. So like I said, I'm not gonna cut everything out too far in advance. So like this is your back cover. I know I can cut this out, and the spine cover out, and the back pocket, I can cut those out and do those. So let me do that real quick, and I'll come back and show you how I put those on. Okay, so I've got those 3 pieces cut out, and I'm gonna ink them real quick. Lots of cutting out and inking. And I like quite a bit of ink when I do it. Actually, on this, I think the 2 sides are covered, so I'm only going to do the ends of that, and then the back cover shows. So the front cover has this one panel, and then you've got your spine, and then you've got the back, and then you've got this extra panel here that's going to fold in. So this is your back panel. Is that clear? I hope it is. It's the one right next to the spine. So you're going to glue this back panel here. And then, of course, the spine goes on the spine. So I'm going to glue it on first. And I think I'll score it. Okay, well, something like that. It'll make it easier to bend it around the edge, I think. So this is going to glue on there. Let me tie this so it's out of my way. What I did on the other one is I tied a knot because I couldn't get it tight. So I'm going to tie this in a knot because I don't anticipate ever untying that. And then tie the bow. That way it'll be nice and tight. Okay. Got this plastic all wadded up. Okay, so this is going to go on here. So get my art glitter glue. So actually, I didn't even need to put that washi tape. Are you seeing that? I never know. So sometimes it's better safe than sorry, but all right, so I'm going to put this on. And now I'm noticing a little bit of red up there from my Coca-Cola packaging. That's where I needed to have the washi tape. But I'll just ink over it or paint it or do something. I'll get rid of that red eventually. Okay. Okay, so that, and it's the same way. Anytime you fold something, you want to fold it and glue it, because if you fold it, if you glue it flat and then try to fold it, it'll either pop it or tear it. Okay, so there's the spine. And then, let's see, this is the cover, this is the back cover. So this goes on this panel. And do I want to, maybe I'll put glue, maybe I'll be smart and put some tape over this. Oh, see, that's popping loose. Washi tape, washi tape. And I've got glue on this. Fortunately, I didn't destroy it, but it could have easily been a disaster. Okay, and then this, you decide whichever way you want it up. I think I want it that way. And it just goes in between the washi tape as best you can make it. You want it between the folded areas for sure, like not stick out over the folds. So I'm going to slide this back. That's what I'm saying, like always keep folding it so that you know where everything should be. Looks like it needs a little bit more glue. It didn't like how long I took to glue it together, I guess. And you can always trim it if it sticks out too far. Like here, I might trim that back when it dries. Make sure this gets glued down good. I think it didn't like me repositioning it because art glitter glue doesn't like to be repositioned. I was sliding it, and I think I angered it. Okay, so that's the back cover, and then you're ready to do the pocket. I'm going to use my 2-inch punch and punch a notch in it. And I want my A at the top, I think. So it'll go like that, and then punch a little notch here. Just going to eyeball it and ink it. And then, yeah, glue the 3 sides, and you're done with that. And I think we will stop this video and go on next time. So let's look and see what we'll do on the next one. Okay, so for the next one, I think I will pull out this sheet. Okay, so let me see if I can find them so I can tell you the exact. We can go ahead and cut out actually the big envelope, which is page 5, and you can cut the flap off of page 1. I'd leave the rest of it intact though, so you can find your pieces. And so we can do that. And then on page 6, so this is the main kit, the little flap and the little envelope here. And oh yeah, we can do the cover panel for inside back cover on page 7. We can cut that out. And let's see, what else do we want to do? I think I'll do those. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself because this can really be a nightmare if you get too carried away. So let's cut those out, and we'll start with those on the next video, okay? And so you'll want to cut them out and ink them. And I think that's all on this one. We will need cardboard circles, and I kind of made them as I went when I did the prototype, but let's just look here for a second. You're actually going to use 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 15, at least 15 circles. Let's see if there's anything in here. 16, 17 circles. So you're going to want to, you know, get those ready. So you could do those ahead of time and figure out if you want them all the same. I did give you some speckled paper if you like these black and white. I've got the black dots. So you can pick your own paper out if you want, but you're going to need a bunch of circles. So that's something else that you can work on. And then I will be back on the next video and we'll get this thing going. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.